So my wife, Carol, we dated 12, 13 years before we got married. Wow. I know, we met in high school in Rhode Island, where we grew up, and then she proposed, finally. I can't tell you her exact words because I get really emotional. But they ended with, "Or get off the pot!" So my wife is very opposite from me. She's very methodical, very one thing at a time, you know. Me, I multitask, even in bed. My idea of a romantic evening is making love to my wife while I'm on the phone with my broker, eating Chinese food, watching a football game, and having a satellite dish installed. 1,000 shares sound good. That tastes good, honey. That's so good. Right there's good. It's good! 35 years together, 5 years together, 10 years together, 1 month, it doesn't matter. You have to accommodate each other, likes and dislikes, things that he does that annoy you, like sleeping with a knife, and this one thing that I do that drives Carol crazy, and then her reaction to me is just like, this is a conversation that happens 3 times a week. I'm in the refrigerator with the door open, and she's in the living room. I'm like, Carol, where are the pickles? Yeah, right, you already know where this is. Yeah. You know where they are. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. They're in the refrigerator. I know that. They're pickles. Where? You know where they are. No, I don't. They're on the shelf. I know. Pickles go on the shelf. Where? And then here comes the line. This is the line where you just want to take the knife and just... Are you looking? Are you looking or just looking? I'm looking. You never look for things. You're like a child. You have to look. I'm not going to come in there and look for you. I am not doing that anymore. Then she gets this really condescending tone in her voice, like she's a control tower talking on the plane and you're semi-retarded, you know? It's like, okay, do you see the bread? Yes, I see the bread. Okay, well, if you look, you'll notice the pickles are right behind the bread. I don't see it. And then here comes the next line where you're like, and when the judge hears it, he's like, oh, that's justifiable homicide. Oh, yeah. You're off, Mr. Mecurio. Go home. Yeah. She goes like this. Did you move the bread? Yeah. Did you move the bread or just move the bread? I moved the bread. Would you move it like 2 inches? You're like a child. You have to move things. I can't move things for you. You got to move it. All right, I moved the bread. And what do you see? Nothing. Exactly, Paul, because you forgot to buy pickles on the way home last night. But I'll tell you what, though, we take for granted our handheld devices that can watch show videos and movies and stuff like that. That's like incredible. Think about that. Like my iPhone. Oh. You can watch an epic panoramic movie on a 3-inch screen. What I like to do is I turn the lights off. I highly recommend this, by the way. Put the movie on. And then I get a little tiny cup of soda. A tiny box of popcorn. And a really junior mint. And I'm ready for Titanic. Oh, watch out for the ice cube. Oh, geez, you hit the ice cube. Oh, no, you're sinking. Oh, no, wait, I'll save you. There you go. Gonna be green. You being green? Be green. Be green. Forget it. Stop. Use all the plastic bottles you want. My wife's like, oh, the green thing and the bulbs and whatever. There's an upside to the world burning up. Think about it. Turkeys will baste in their own juices. Apples will bake on the trees. You'll be able to grill right on George Foreman. It'll be great. And I'm tired of rich people telling me to be green when they're flying around in private jets. I am so against being green right now. I break into people's houses, turn their lights on, and leave. That's all I do. Sheryl Crow said you should use 1 square of toilet paper when you wipe. She did. Well, if anybody should know what it's like to get a lot of shit on a small piece of paper, it's her. I read her lyrics. Oh, yeah, bring it on. Bring it on, Sheryl Crow defenders. CNN said we're using too much water, and they said to conserve water, you should take a shower 5 minutes or less. I can't do that. I have a routine. I get naked there, I jump in the shower, masturbate 4 minutes, 28 seconds. I weep uncontrollably for 2 minutes. I'm over the 5 minutes, and I'm dirtier than when I walked in the shower. How small the smart car is, by the way? This is how small the smart car is. This is when it hit me that this was a very small car. I'm trying to cross the street, and I'm about to step into the crosswalk, and a smart car comes right up in front of me, cuts me off, like right in my face, like this close, right? Inches from my face. And my instinct, reflexively, was to just push it out of the way. Come on, let's go. You want to go? I'm starting to fight with a car. This can't be good. Alternative sources of fuel, alternative sources of oil, alternative sources of... You know what? Why don't we have cars that run on hate? There's plenty of that in the world. Change your name to Gonzalez, you'll be able to drive right through Arizona. Because of the war on terror, our lives have changed forever to the point where every little thing you have to think about. Like I'm on the subway the other day, and next to me is an open jar of mayonnaise. I'll say it again, an open jar of mayonnaise. I don't mean empty, I mean a full jar of mayonnaise. A little bit of mayonnaise missing from the top, cover off the jar, knife inside, metal knife inside the jar, a little bit of mayonnaise missing, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, that's a fucking bomb. That's a bomb. And I made that conclusion because on the subway platform, there was no evidence of bacon, lettuce, or tomato. So then there's a sign that says, if you see something, say something, you bet your ass. Homeland Security? I want the deli department? Yes, I want to report mayonnaise. Describe it. It looks spreadably delicious. What, it's fine? No, I'm telling you, it's sweating. It looks suspicious. What, it's fine? Okay, what? If I find hummus, call you. Got it, thank you very much. And look at me, they let me, it's the most important thing you can do is have a kid and no one checks you from the government to see if you're qualified. Look at me, I'm an idiot and they let me have a kid. I'm running around, I'm teabagging waspy guys. I'm dancing with the Dominicans, I don't know what I'm doing. It's the right, John? It's the most important thing you can do and no one checks. Meanwhile, you need a license to hunt in this country, a license to fish, to do this. I created a human being and no one asked me one thing. You don't know what you're doing. My son was 10 months old. Your baby, right? A year, right? They stand up in the crib, middle of the night. My son Alex, 2 in the morning, bawling his eyes out. And me, Joe Brainiac, I'm trying to reason with him. What is it, Alex? What's wrong? Tell Daddy. What is it? Like he's going to snap out of it and go, you want to know what's wrong, Paul? Well, just a couple of months ago, I was nice and warm in the womb there. You sucked me out of there. You clipped me right down here. You put me in a plastic bag. I shit myself 8 times a day. I can't even go to the fridge and get myself a pudding pop. What do you think is wrong with me? You hang this mobile above my head. It's freaking the shit out of me. I cry in the middle of the night. You show up with this put upon, look upon your face. Guess what? You wanted to fuck mom? I'm the cost of doing business. And what do I teach my son about this world? What do I teach him when I have to spend $300 on a cell phone and they want me to buy a case for my phone and there's no customer service anymore and we live in an economy where people want me to spend money and I can't get anything for my buck. I spend $300 on a phone and the guy goes, you need to get a case for that. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, how much for the case? $70. $70, why? Something could happen to the phone. What? Well, you can hit it, break it, drop it, crack it, hit it, break it. I'm like, isn't the phone the case? Isn't that hard plastic shell with the wires and the buttons inside? Isn't that the case? Why are you jamming me for another $70? If that product is so shitty that it can't handle this, take it and put it in this case right here. You don't do that with anything else in life. You don't have a baby and the doctor goes, look, I know it's got skin, but you might want to laminate it. That's all I'm saying.